10 of the most beautiful slot canyons. Number 1. Antelope Canyon, Arizona. Perhaps the most famous of all slot canyons, Antelope Canyon is found near Page, Arizona. Formed by the erosion of sandstone from flash flooding and other processes, the slot canyons have curvaceous, strangely angled walls. The beautiful colors, textures, curves, and spectacular lighting, particularly during the summer months, are a major draw for photographers and sightseers. Number 2. Sinai, City of Petra, Jordan. The main entrance to the city of Petra in Jordan is a slot canyon. The Sinai, translated literally to the shaft, is a 3/4 mile long narrow gorge, sometimes no more than 9.8 feet wide, that leads visitors to Al-Hazna, or the treasury, which is Petra's most elaborate ruin. The walls range from about 300 to 600 feet in height. While most slot canyons are formed by water erosion, the Sinai has a unique natural history. It is a geological fault that was split apart by tectonic forces and only later smoothed by water. Remains of ancient constructions around the slot canyon include 2 abutments and some hewn stones of a once monumental archway for the grand entrance to the city, votive niches, several underground chambers, and a group of statues that, while heavily eroded, still reveal 2 merchants leading camels. Number 3. The Wave, Arizona. The Wave is a surreal-looking geological formation in Arizona, made by 2 water-eroded troughs, one of which is only 7 feet wide and falls into the category of slot canyon. Because it is an incredibly popular place for tourists, sightseers, hikers, and photographers, only 20 hikers a day are allowed to visit and walk through the 52-foot-long slot canyon and the 62-foot-wide neighboring trough, to avoid damage and erosion caused by human feet. The Wave is considered to be one of the most photographed landscapes in the United States. Number 4. River Narrows Trail, Zion National Park. The Narrows is an area of canyons on the North Fork of the Virgin River, and is the site of several jaw-dropping sections of slot canyons. The canyons are formed by water erosion, and water still flows through them. This means much of the hiking is done in the river, sometimes wading waist deep or even swimming some sections depending on the time of year. Number 5. Witch's Gulch, Wisconsin. Not every slot canyon has to be made of red and gold sandstone. Witch's Gulch in Wisconsin brings some emerald colors to the party. A wood boardwalk leads hikers into the moss-covered sandstone slot, which in some places is so narrow you can touch both sides of the canyon. Located in the tourist-heavy Wisconsin Dells, visitors can get here either by car or by boat. Number 6. Buckskin Gulch, Utah. The longest and deepest slot canyon in the southwest U.S., and quite possibly the longest in the world, Buckskin Gulch stretches for over 13 miles, with the cliffs on either side reaching as high as 500 feet. It is one of the main tributaries of the Peria River, which flows only intermittently. Because of the depth of the canyon, it doesn't fill with light the way Antelope Canyon does. A permit is required to hike into the area, and the permits usually sell out months in advance, so if you want to hike the slot canyon, start planning way ahead of time. Number 7. Subway, Zion National Park. Heading back to Zion National Park, the subway. Sculpted by the left fork of North Creek, this section has a unique tunnel shape that resembles a subway tube. The rock floor of the slot canyon is riddled with potholes from the water that rushes through, and they are usually filled with icy cold water. This lends not only a beautiful mix of colors to the slot canyon but also a compelling dance of light as it reflects and refracts. Plus, you'll find frogs, dragonflies, and other water-dwelling critters. Number 8. Cathedral Gorge, Bungles Range, Purnululu National Park, Australia. It's true that the Blue Mountains of Australia are known for the amazing number of slot canyons within the range. But not to be outdone is the Bungles Range in Purnululu National Park. This World Heritage Site is a collection of sandstone and conglomerates formed into dome-shaped towers by wind and rainfall over millions of years. Within these formations are cracks, slot canyons, gorges and natural amphitheaters, Cathedral Gorge among them. Number 9. Colored Canyon, Sinai, Egypt. The tall walls of Colored Canyon reveal the source of the name. Sinai was once covered by ocean, which left layer upon layer of sediment to be eroded away by water and wind over millions of years. Those layers reveal diverse colors, reds, magentas, purples, golds and yellows, sometimes with a metallic sheen, can in places look something like the wave, which is a continent away. The walls rise to heights of over 100 feet in some places, and is sometimes only a few feet wide. Number 10. Weano Gorge, Karijini National Park, Australia. In Karijini National Park, the second largest park in Western Australia, lies Weano Gorge. Views from the top and walking trails with towering walls of banded iron rock offer spectacular sights, and for those experienced in rock climbing, you can descend down to Handrail Pool. An unforgettable place, the smooth walls of the Slot Canyon are a must-see for hikers visiting this part of Australia.